Why hello there, random person watching this video. My name is Nikki D, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about all of my August favorites, because I did not do a July favorites, I did a June favorites, but things have changed drastically since June. For example, it's September now, and I'm going to college in like 2 weeks, which is terrifying, even though I know ultimately it's going to be fine. It's just, I'm scared. Anyways, moving on from my abandoning home issues and on to my August favorites. So my first favorite, I have to admit, I have not had for very long, but it is my Z palette, and yeah, I just got this a couple days ago, but I'm obsessed with it so much already. And what a Z palette is it's just this palette that comes with nothing in it, and the bottom is magnetic. So what you do is, for example, I have this blush, which is another one of my favorites, but it's just a blush from NARS, and you can see the little metal thing. I hope you can see, but most makeup products like blushes and eyeshadows, they have a little metal pan that is within the packaging, and what you do is you can just pop the metal pan out and then you can stick it in here because it's magnetic. However, most brands were not easy to get out of the packaging. The only one that was really easy to get out was CoverGirl. These four up here are CoverGirl, and they just popped right out with a knife, but all the other ones this is gonna sound really weird, but I just stuck them in the oven. My parents were like, what are you doing? But yeah, I just stuck my eyeshadows on some wax paper and a cookie sheet in the oven. It was like 400 degrees, 350, something like that. And I just kind of waited for the packaging to melt and the glue to melt, the glue that's sticking the metal pan to the packaging. And then you just take some tweezers or nail clipper file thing, you know what I'm talking about, or just something like small and metal, and you just pop it right out because the glue's all melted, and then you just stick them in your Z palette, and it just makes things so much more compact. Like, I have so much more space now. I have an entire little drawer that is basically empty at this point because it all just now fits into my Z palette, and it's great. I'm so excited about this, and I had way too much fun melting the packaging. It was really fun. So yeah, anyways, this just made my life so much better and more compact in a matter of days. I'm so obsessed with it. Anyways, woo! Anyways, I feel like I've been talking about that for way too long, so I'm going to move on to another thing that I've been loving, which this is super duper beat up, but it is my Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda concealer, and I love this so much. Sadly, I can only use one color. This had a powder, but it fell out because I've been abusing this palette, and then this is the color that I use, and then I can't use either of those two colors because they're too dark. But it's only $10, so I mean, it's not that much of a ripoff, even though I'm only using 1/4 of the product, but I just love it, and I've been applying it with my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and it's not the same using your finger. Like, this brush just makes it so quick to cover. Like, you just dupe, and you cannot see it anymore. It's so ridiculously easy, and so I'm really, really impressed with it. Another thing that I've been really obsessed with this month. Anyways, I've been super obsessed with this blush, and it is from Shu Uemura, and it's the color M Amber, and it's kind of hard to open, but it looks like this. It's a really pretty color. It's just kind of like a matte, like light peachy golden color. It doesn't have shimmer in it. I think I said that already, but I don't like shimmery blushes usually, and this just looks really, really natural on my cheeks. I am not currently wearing it, but I just was really impressed with how long this lasted on my cheeks. I have pretty oily skin, and I didn't like powder or blot or anything that day. It was a busy day, and I just put this on, and I was like, okay, this is probably not going to last, but it did, and it looked amazing by the end of the day. So I was really, really impressed, and I love this, long story short. Okay, moving on to another blush that I've been really obsessed with, and I showed this earlier when I was demonstrating the like eyeshadow pan sort of thing, but this is my NARS blush in Madly, and I've had this for about a year. I used it like so religiously last summer and pretty consistently this summer as well. I just went on vacation and this was the only blush that I brought, and it's just so good. I'll try and show you, but I should stop moving it, shouldn't I? Yeah, anyways, it's just, if you couldn't really tell, it's kind of a peachy bronze color that at first glance it really looks like a bronzer, but it's actually a really beautiful blush color that just is perfect for that sort of summer glow, and it has a bit of shimmer in it. It's not glittery, like there's not big sort of glitter chunks, it's just a subtle sort of shimmer throughout, which I really like. I hate products that just have random sort of speckles of glitter because I do not like having glitter on my cheeks. Like sheen is okay, glitter unacceptable. So yeah, I really love this, and it's the perfect summer color, and I have used this in some of my tutorials, so shameless self-promotion. If you want to see this blush in action, then check out those, and maybe you'll see it. I'm not going to tell you which one in the hopes that you'll watch all of them, but yeah, this is really good and it's perfect for the summer, and I'm probably gonna wear it even in the fall. Yeah, it's really good. Looks really good with the tan, so bam! That's awesome. And now I have a couple of eyeliner favorites. So, I've been really obsessed with my Rimmel Scandaleyes eyeliners, and again, I think I've used these in tutorials, so check that out. I just really like them. They're so creamy, and they're pretty inexpensive. I think it's like $4 maybe, and they just last so well on my eyes. Like most eyeliners will crease on me, like no question, but these don't. Yeah, I just really love how they don't crease on me, and they're really creamy and easy to work with, so I love them very much. Moving on. So next up I have some nail polish favorites, and the first one is what's on my nails right now. However, I went on vacation and I have not painted my nails in like a week and a half, so it looks awful, but it did look pretty good for quite a while, and it is Orly's Rage, which this is a beautiful rose gold color. I don't see that many rose gold nail polishes out there, and I also really like how it's a really like shimmery throughout. It doesn't have, again, chunks of glitter like I talked about with the blush. I don't like chunks of glitter. And then another polish that I got this month is from Catrice, which my sister keeps calling it cat rice, which no, it is not cat rice. It is Catrice, okay? But anyways, it's the color Wheels on Fire. That's a strange name for this color. It's like a corally color with a bit of a like sort of sheen to it. It has like sort of a subtle duochrome to it, and it lasted a really long time on my nails, and I have a bunch of coral nail polishes, but none of them are this is like the perfect coral. It's not too pink, and it's not too orange, and it's not too sheer. It's just really, really good, and I'm not exactly sure if you can get Catrice in the United States. I got mine through a Makeup Alley swap, which I'm gonna further talk about in a bit, but I know that you can get it in Europe. Not really sure about if it's available in the US or not, so yeah, this is really cool if you're in Europe. Get some Catrice. So moving on to non-beauty favorites, with this nail polish from Catrice that I just talked about, I got it from a Makeup Alley swap, which if you do not know what that is, Makeup Alley is a super duper awesome beauty website where they have like reviews, like so many reviews, like millions of reviews, and boards where you can go and like ask questions, and then they also have a swap, which is really cool. You basically just set up a profile, and then you put a bunch of items on your list of they're just things that you don't really use that much, and then you can just trade them with other people's stuff that they don't really use. It's a really, really awesome way to get rid of makeup that you just don't really use that much, and it's too late to return it, and it's just really cool. And you can also try out a bunch of makeup without actually spending anything, because you're just trading it for things that you don't really like. So it's amazing, and obviously you have to be concerned about like if people are just gonna steal your stuff and they're not gonna actually trade you something back, but you leave like positive and negative negative reviews on people's profile, and I have only had positive experiences. No one's ever stolen anything from me. Everyone has been super nice that I have swapped with. That's how I've been getting like all of my makeup recently. I haven't bought makeup in a while. I've just been swapping it. And if you don't like, woo! And if you don't like one of the things that you swap for, you just put it up and swap it for something else. It's a never-ending cycle. And however, I am not exactly sure. I think there's a time limit, like you have to be a Makeup Alley member, which by the way is free for a certain amount of time before you can start swapping. Not really sure, but just be warned, you might not be able to start swapping immediately. So sorry about that. And then I have 2 TV show favorites that I'm just dying to talk about. And the first one is a show that I've been watching on Netflix, and it is Mad Men. And I'm in like the 4th season now. I do not know what it's about. It's about this guy who he's complex, but long story short, he works in the advertisement business set in the 1960s. He's kind of a terrible person. Like, it's a little bit different because most shows, like, it's happy and the characters are likable, but he's not likable, and a lot of the other characters are also not likable. There are a few characters that you do like, but for the most part, the characters are mean and not likable, which sounds weird, but it's really fascinating, and all the characters are so well done. Like, the depth of these characters is amazing, and I love the time period. I love the 1960s. The fashion is amazing, and the makeup is amazing, so that always helps. Plus, John Hamm is in it, so that makes me like it even more. The next show is a regular, like, on TV show, and it is Siberia, and I do not think this is a very popular show, but it's on NBC every Monday, and it started off as supposedly a game show where they send a bunch of people into Siberia, which, if you didn't know, I'm ashamed, but if you didn't know, it's a place in Russia where they used to send all of their like political prisoners, and it's that giant part of Russia that no one actually lives in, basically. So it started out as a reality show where they just send these people to Siberia, and they're supposed to last until winter, which is like the weirdest reality show ever, but it's actually not a reality show. It's a drama about a reality show gone wrong, which it's really good. It's kind of like Lost in that it's a little bit surreal, and the first episode it was like, this can't be a game show, can it? This cannot be a reality show. And then gradually as the episodes progress, you're like, no, this is not a reality show for sure. But it's crazy, and they're just starting to get into the like crazy sort of surreal magical things, and it's really, really, really interesting. So yeah, there's that. I love Siberia now. I wasn't really that into it at first, because I was like, really, this is not a game show. I don't know why they're pretending that it's a reality show. It's not. But at this point, it's clearly not, and it's clearly just a drama. So yeah, I love that. You guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that I introduced you to some things that you're now going to look into. I don't know. I hope that you found this video somewhat interesting and or entertaining, and yeah. So anyways, bye. See you next time. Maybe you'll watch another of my videos. Maybe, please. Anyway, bye.